Hello there, everybody. My name is Drak. I'm known as Drak2326 on YouTube, and this is my Let's Play of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. A personal favorite of mine, and actually one of the first few RPGs as a kid I really got into. Now, this game gets a lot of flack, I think. I'm kind of 50-50 on why it gets that flack. I mean, there are some decent arguments to be made, but it still holds a lot of nostalgic glory for me. So let's go ahead and get started. For those who might be asking, this is actually going to be a post-commentary, just because I didn't want game noise to interfere with the microphone. So enjoy. And obviously I named my character Benjamin. That's actually the name of the protagonist, at least as far as canon is concerned. And oh my gosh, what's going on? My village is gone! What on earth is going on? This place is going to sink any second! Let's climb up quick! Yeah, I get used to this guy not making a whole lot of sense. He never does. So, it's kind of one of the parts of his charm. Press the B button and jump across. Oh my gosh. Jumping in a Final Fantasy game? What? Yeah. This was a unique Final Fantasy game, and that's why it holds a lot of nostalgic glory for me. Aside from the fact that it's just great in 16-bit and very simple. That was one of its advertising points. Let's see, that's the Focus Tower, once the heart of the world. An old prophecy says the Vile Four will steal the power and divide behind the four doors. At that time, the night will appear. The prophecies now come true. So that's pretty much explaining the plot. Four monsters have stolen four crystals. You need to unite, or you need to free the crystals, get their keys to their doors, and save the world. You know, like every other RPG. RPGs. Only you, Benjamin, can be the knight spoken of in prophecy. I love that concept. Oh no, a monster! This was cool as a kid to be able to go back and look into as a first RPG. I mean, I say first, I tried the original Final Fantasy and didn't really get into it. I actually preferred to watch my brother play it, my older brother. But this was the one I first tackled and tried to beat. And was very satisfied. And this is one of the main reasons, is you actually see damage when you inflict it. So horns break off, the guy gets more mad, and oh my gosh, I missed. What the crap? Oh, there we go. He's dead. Yay! Now, a lot of people might ask why I'm not using numbers. I just like this other interface. At last I found a true knight, but you said you were sure I was the one. Well, actually, it was more of a guess. I love it. And then you get the, come on. Just tell me where I can find the crystals. It's up to you to find them, because that would be too easy. This place is becoming dangerous. Follow me to the level forest. Oh, gee. I wonder what he wants me to do there. Now, let me go ahead and address one thing, since Levels kind of brought that up. How am I going to address grinding? For those who actually follow my other channel, which is youtube.com/DrakenShadow, where my buddy Alex and me, or rather brother-in-law Alex and me, play through, do Let's Plays of our own, I will not be doing grinding. I'm going to be cutting that out. So for those who are saddened by that, I'm sorry. But, yeah. And yay, we got to save the Crystal of Earth! Why? Old man's not gonna give me that answer. Come on. Alright, that boulder is blocking my way back to town. Would you shove it aside? Why am I doing all the work? If you want to go through this forest, find Kaylee and Forrester and show her this. Gives us the tree wither, which we need to show to this Kaylee person. What the crap? Actually, Kaylee is one of the party members that we will get throughout the game. So now we're in Foresta, and oh man, all this looks like, you know, fall or withered trees. I wonder if that's the problem. I'm Kaylee. Gee, I wouldn't have guessed. There's a tree blocking the north exit of the level forest. I can chop down the tree, but monsters have taken over the forest, and I can't get to it. I can help you with that. Come on, let's go. Just like Link, always offering himself up. Don't you dare do it, it's dangerous. No, you listen, Mom. I've got to do this. Because I'm the only person, and yeah. I know I'm not making a good argument, but hey. And I'm going to take this giant axe that, wow. I was always surprised that Kaylee was the one using the axe. Because they kind of make her character sprite not seem like that. I I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. And of course the brown chests. These chests will always respawn. They will always have the same items. This was one of the things that the game tried to do to simplify RPGs, to get people into an RPG audience. This was the target of this game, to get you involved in RPGs for the first time if this was your first. And actually this is kind of one of the gripes, is that they overly simplified it. I can agree with that. But in some cases, like in mine, where it was my first RPG, that was kind of a good thing, and then it allowed me to get into harder difficulties by going into the other Final Fantasy games and enjoying them too. So, I love that. We went into the rear entrance, we got the cure spell, and the owner of the house just doesn't give a crap. RPGs. You can steal anything and it's justified. And here is our equivalent of an inn. And again, more cure potions. Why I can't jump over NPCs, I'll never know. And also, if people have questions for me, or, you know, would like to get to know more about this game, or more about myself, more about Drak and Shadow, feel free to comment in the thread below, and I would be more than happy to answer those for you. You can also contact me at twitter.com/Drak2326 and ask the questions there, and I'll answer what I can. And let me cut this with my axe. That's a pretty freaking big axe. We gotta reach the north exit. And this was another thing that this game kind of excelled at, is instead of random encounters, you actually saw the enemies right in front of you. I like that idea as a starting deal for a first-time RPG. I can get why random encounters are better. I like random encounters, especially when it comes to grinding, but that's the way this game decided to do it. And I deflated the slime before he could slime me. That's just the way it works, I guess. Now, one other thing that kind of is annoying, it is a gripe with the game, I actually kind of liked it, is the party members that you will get throughout the game will always be slightly stronger than you. And that's actually a good kind of a litmus. It's a way to be able to compare your levels to that character and to see where you're supposed to be at in this area. But I can also kind of get the gripe of you need to be feeling like you're the most powerful in the game. I don't know if I agree. I mean, I like the idea that, you know, I can get later characters and they'll be even more powerful than me while I level up. At least I'm going to be able to go into those areas and start them up. And look, I leveled up anyway. You know, leveling up is fairly easy to do in this game. And more slimes and brownies. Brownie, what? Brownie. I love the name. So many jokes to be made here, and most of them poo-related. And how appropriate. We had acid poo. Because we got attacked by acid. Don't ask me to explain these things. It's video game logic. Alright, we are just cutting our way through the forest to get whatever chests that we can get. This is one of the things of Final Fantasy that you also kind of notice when they have a crystal story. The element always seems out of whack before you free the crystal. So in this case, it looks more fall, more dead tree kind of thing, but when you free up the crystal, it looks nice and green. Same thing with the others, you know, fire will dwindle, and then when you free the fire crystal, fire is roaring again. And more slimes, but I'm also getting close to the end. And now I'm mirroring Kayleigh's level, so that's a good thing. Both her and me are pretty much kicking butt and taking names. And we're taking yet another turn, and if you can see that yellow tree in the distance, gee, I wonder if that's a place to go. So yeah, this is the one Final Fantasy game, I've said it a couple times and probably will in other parts of this. This is the one game that gets a lot of flack and criticized for its simplification. It's one of those examples of, unfortunately, Japanese developers just kind of went, oh, you stupid Americans. And that's sad. especially in the case of, like, Mario, where we didn't get the actual Mario 2, we got, you know, Doki Doki Mario. And so this is one of those cases, as well as Mario 2, where, yeah, we were able to handle that, and it wasn't exactly every gamer that had, you know, difficulty issues. You still could have brought that game over, but you didn't. And that's kind of sad. This is the evil tree. Oh, now we know why it's evil. It was a cow. Holy crap. Surprise! And you'll ignore the sound there. That was my phone. I always find it funny that, when I get to these recordings, you'll also hear this in Drak and Shadow. Always get a phone call or something like that. It just always happens. And here we are against the Minotaur. Critical hit against Kaylee. She survived. Yay! That's good, because I like her nasty hits. Especially since I don't really have too many spells right now. Another thing also you'll notice with some of the party members, with one or two exceptions, most of them will at least have the life spell or the cure spell. Very nice, especially since you can use that cure spell just to heal them if you want to. And you'll see me doing that a lot, where I will just heal Benjamin with a cure, or just heal Kaylee, just because it's not really justified to do a group heal. We made him slightly perturbed. Well, enough to hit me with the axe. That hurt. It's okay, I'm gonna slash you back. Oh, and you got even angrier. What the crap? And got put on steroids. A little bit there. Don't know what to think there. Yay, the Minotaur's dead, and we got a lot of XP. And don't know what happened there. What? Kaylee, what happened? I'll be okay as soon as I take the elixir. Okay, so she got poisoned, and the elixir is in the Sand Temple. Oh, gee, I wonder where we've got to go now. Then take this axe with you. Yay, we got the giant axe! I'll be back. I am Benjamin, the Terminator of Final Fantasy. Yay, I get to cut trees down. Now, people might notice a slight audio delay in these parts. I'm not quite sure what happened with the actual recording, but it's a weird bug. I've fixed it as best I can, so right now it's just basically that this is to be enjoyable with the rest of you. Oh, yay, look, I leveled up. Awesome! And heal potions. Probably the only item I will legitimately use. Because I don't like using the heal spell for some weird reason. But yeah, if the audio delay is bad, I apologize. I fix it as best as I can. And hopefully it's not too bad so you guys can enjoy it. Now we go back to Foresta. And we're going to make quite good use of ins and instant heals just because we can. This is RPG etiquette, and even though this is oversimplified, I do go towards what you actually need to do in RPGs, since I've been playing RPGs for quite a while now. This was the launching point. I eventually went into the Final Fantasy Roman numeral series. Numerous others after that. Xenosaga, Breath of Fire. It's actually kind of sad. I haven't done the Dragon Quest series in all of this. I'm working on it right now, but not far enough to make any kind of a judgment. And you'll notice that we had a clear tile, and now it's broken. Well, that's actually where you're supposed to do grinding, so obviously we skipped it. An empty chest? What the crap? Are you kidding me? Well, what are you doing here, dude? Looking for some cure, kid? First of all, my name is Benjamin, and I'm looking for an elixir? Yeah, I did that. I'll sell you some for 9,000? Yeah, that's way too much! Listen, kid, this stuff is precious. Your allowance is only 2 gold pieces? Seriously? Going to the bone dungeon, you can come with me to help? Why do I feel like cheap labor at this point? Oh, wait. Final Fantasy game. Yeah, I am cheap labor. Oh, there's a battlefield nearby. Like I was explaining before, those little tiles are battlefields. They give you 10 battles, which is meant for grinding. Again, we're not going to be experimenting with them. It's 10 random battles, so to speak. battles with monsters of the area. So we're not going to be doing the grinding. I will keep the battles within the dungeons. So that will be kept. And here we go to the Bone Dungeon. Oh, so ominous. And that's supposed to be a basilisk. I don't know why it looks that way. But okay. And obviously this guy's a level or two higher, and he's using ninja stars. He is ninja. And also kind of a jerk. Tristram is not my favorite character in this game. And that's just because he plays off like a hotshot. But at least we're both one shot killing everything. That works. Now you'll notice he has actually a numbered amount of ninja stars that he can use. I've never actually hit a point where you hit 0 with either ninja stars or later you get a character with a bow and arrow. I've never seen it happen. Oh, now we get to talk about weaknesses. You'll notice that some enemies will actually say they're weak against certain attacks like fire or even your axe attack. I will try and use them as best I can, but I don't remember them all. This is kind of a blind playthrough. I'm remembering what I can and using what I can. And there also may be a few things where I'm like, oh, I know the easy cheat here, and I want to give you a genuine experience, so I don't use the cheat. And there we go. Even more damage to the sandworm. Of course, it's an earth-based dungeon. We have to have sandworms. And now we're doing platforming. Is this Mario? Is this Final Fantasy? It's Mario. Or it's... yeah, it's Mario. He's just not in his red suit yet. It's Final Fantasy. So, here we go. Unfortunately, there's a secret back there, but we can't use it just yet. We don't have the weapon we need. And I will say, this looks a little dated now, but when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this is so cool. It's like I'm walking in a dinosaur. Or a dead dinosaur. Well, here goes. Watch this. And this just became a Zelda game. How about 50 explosives with 30 GP? Oh, so you're not going to charge me 9,000 for the bombs? What the crap. Okay, now I don't go back right away to go get the piece of armor that's in that other cave, just because I know I can get through this fairly easy, and I will grab it on the way back. And more interesting monsters. We're now facing the rocks. Rock, however they say it. Rocks are in virtually every Final Fantasy title, I think. Also, another kind of little rule that I try and keep with Drak and Shadow, but me and Alex do tend to have frustrating moments. I'm going to try and keep this clean so that for those who have families and don't want to shoo your family out of the room, I will try and keep it as clean as possible, but no guarantees. Some games get more frustrating, even in post-commentary. And now we're just fighting through the Bone Dungeon even more! And just kicking the crap out of everything. Yeah, well, maybe now we'll get a challenge, because the skeleton, I know, will not go down in one shot, I don't think. Oh, critical hit, never mind! Yay! Love critical hits! More bulls! Or Gorgon. Gorgon? What? That's not a Gorgon! Okay. A bit of a mythology buff. That doesn't make sense. Bulls aren't Gorgons. Okay, whatever. Mystic Quest logic. More skeletons. Excuse me. Eventually get a dry throat doing this. Oh. I meant to do that. Hope I don't have to pay a museum or something for that. Okay, another skeleton. And we're just going to ignore the fact that I blew up a skeleton. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. More ninja stars. Okay, and more monsters. I always love this concept with the ninja stars. You had very few actual party members in Final Fantasy games use ninja stars as a legit weapon. The only one that's coming to the top of my mind is Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII, and nobody liked her, so obviously you never saw it. Kind of a shame, really. Nah, I don't care that I blew that up. Nobody noticed the other one. I think I'm in the clear. Ah, and another Minotaur zombie. Okay. So apparently the guy from the level forest is just that pissed. And now he's going to eat our brains. And confused Tristram. I hate confusion in these games. Especially in this one, because like if you get the case of Tristram where he can hit pretty hard, you can end up in some pretty weird or complicated situations. Not weird. Okay, now we're going to take a quick break and get into the next part. Once again, I am Drak, and this is a Let's Play of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Stay tuned.